Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Friday safety meeting. Last week we went on pretty long. We're kind of long-winded. This week we really have no reason to be, because yet again we had another great week. So everybody out there, once again, I want to thank you for taking this seriously, and we're starting to improve. Our first few weeks this year were pretty trying, pretty rough. We've come through this week. We had clean inspections all throughout the board. We had 3 of them that hit our DOT number this week, and we did not have any failed inspections hit our DOT number this week. So this helps us immensely. So I could not be happier right now. Thank you so much. So to the 3 folks that got clean inspections, and these folks have all been here a while, I would like to give a shout out to James Addison, Kelvin May, and Kirk Benton. Great work, gentlemen. I expect nothing less from these 3. Anytime they get inspected, it's always clean. True professionals. So great work. I sent that into payroll. You're going to get paid for it. And once again, no failed inspections. This is the 2nd week in a row, looking for wood to knock on, that we haven't had any failed inspections. So believe it or not, this is a trend that I think we should continue. And it's going to help us out a lot. So once again, great work. Thank you very much. The winter weather, as everybody knows that has been alive for the last 2 weeks, the weather in the United States, in the Midwest, the Northwest, the Northeast, the South, it's been horrendous. And we came out smelling like roses with this. As you saw, Texas had a lot of issues. Arkansas had a lot of issues. Of course, up in the north, they had a lot of issues as well. But all you heard about was the bad stuff that was happening. I know I kept getting emails, and if I had $1 for every time I saw a pile up last week, I could retire. I don't like looking at that stuff, especially if it's not one of our trucks. But I am very, very, very proud of each and every one of you for taking it seriously and remaining safe out there, because what you encountered last week and this week was horrible. There were places that got snow and ice that usually don't get them. I know in Dallas and a lot of Texas, people are without power. They've got more weather coming. We fared very well during all of this. We had a few people get stuck, things like that, as to be expected. But we did not have any real detrimental events happen. And it's huge. I mean, that saves you a lot of time. It saves us time. It saves us both money. So thank you for being cautious out there and taking your time and getting from point A to point B safely and in one piece. I know that helps operations out a lot, and it helps you out too, because you get in some pretty high stress areas. I couldn't imagine being in Dallas area last week, and having to go through the weather conditions when they don't have the proper tools to clean it up, and 2, that traffic. So I know we have people that were down there, but great work, Henderson drivers, fantastic. Wyoming, and once again, this doesn't really pertain to us because we were minding our P's and Q's last week and this week, but Wyoming actually reported that 5 snowplow drivers, they were hit while cleaning roads on the interstate, like trucks, cars, you name it. So that's bad. Those are state workers. They're out there doing a service to help everybody. And the weather conditions are bad, people moving too fast, because they obviously don't mean to hit these folks. But I just wanted to put a bug in everybody's ear and let them know Wyoming is probably going to be pretty strict on truck drivers, especially after they just had 5 state workers hit in 1 week. I know you're probably thinking, why are you telling me this? Just be ready when you go to Wyoming. Once again, we didn't do that, but be ready when you get to Wyoming, because they've had a pretty rough week as well. From the safety department and the shop, we have had an issue with frozen trailer tires. Tires getting locked up, brakes getting locked up, things like that. Be sure that all of the tires are rolling before you take off with that trailer, and do not move until you are 100% certain. That can be a costly event, and it can take up some time. So please make sure that the trailer is in good working condition before you take it out. And then the last thing that I want to cover, this was in our company update this week, but it's kind of a interesting little tidbit of information. So from recruiting, for the referral bonuses, we had 39 drivers that added between $500 and $600 per week to their settlements from referral bonuses. That's not something that I get to see, how many folks are actually referring. It shows up, I should redact that. It's not something I really track. And the fact that we had 39 folks that have made referrals, that's awesome. And y'all can make a ton of money doing these referrals, and especially if they stay. And, like they say, our best source for hiring good drivers is you, because you wouldn't want to bring somebody on that would be a bad reflection on the company or even possibly you. So thank you for those referrals. Please keep them coming. Our door's always open, but I just want to commend each and every one of you for a job well done this week, for what y'all had to go through. They should be buying y'all steak dinner at every truck stop, because this is the worst I've seen the weather in this area since I've lived in the St. Louis area for 10 years, and I do not recall us getting this much snow. And the fact that we got this much snow, I know everywhere else was much worse. And the frigid temperatures, we did pretty darn well. I mean, nothing major happened. It seemed like, everybody was prepared. So thank you so much once again. 3 clean inspections, no failed, 2 weeks in a row. Could not be happier. I hope everybody has a safe and productive weekend. Once again, keep in mind the weather's probably still going to be kind of crummy in some places. Make sure that you are paying attention to the weather. And I had a good question that was asked to me yesterday through email about the adverse driving conditions rule. So when it comes to weather, it's kind of tough to use the adverse driving conditions rule, because one of the prerequisites to use it is that the event has to be unforeseen. So let's say I'm traveling from here to Iowa. It's the middle of February. The first thing I'm going to do is check my weather. So if I do check my weather and it says, snow in Iowa, X time, it's now not unforeseen. It's unfortunate, but it's not unforeseen. So I had somebody yesterday that, some unexpected snowfall hit. They looked at the weather, it wasn't on there, and they were able to use it. So if you are in a situation where you could have made it before the unforeseen event occurred, give me a call. There might be something that we can do, but I'll shoot you straight. If there's something we can do, I'll say yay. If not, you'll get a nay. But if you need anything, please don't hesitate to call. I hope everybody has a safe weekend. Hope everybody stays warm. Please make sure that your trucks are full of fuel so you can keep warm in the evenings or whenever you're taking your breaks. And if you need anything, please do not hesitate to call me. Thank you so much. Have a good one.